Hey everyone, Jack Duval here. Got a post up, and I am on the Tarot Substack, and I wanted to go through that quickly. So, first thing, I turned bearish about 5 days ago, and I put out a post entitled "Are Walmart and Amazon Calling a Bear Market?" And then the next day, and the answer to that was yes. And then the day after that, I reiterated that bearish call with another post called "Raising More Cash." So since then, things have gotten worse. Trump is now out bullying other countries to for them to go bully China, and he's ratcheting up tariffs on everybody. Basically, uh, firing in every direction on friends and foes alike. Now, I believe that the results of this kind of tariffs for everyone experiment will be identical to the results of every other such tariffs for everyone regime. And I think it's going to knock at least 1.5% off of global GDP this year. And just one more time, so that everybody understands how this works. If you have a global trade war waged by tariffs, it's just basically every country sitting around and hitting itself on the head with a hammer. There's literally no winners. Everybody just loses together. And while I have often hoped for such dual loss scenarios in certain football games where I've hated both teams, it's just not possible in football, but it is in global trade. Everybody can lose together. Um, but let's go back to the problem. So big problem really out there is China is in a depression. It's got a real estate depression. They got all kinds of problems. They have bank problems. They can't fix any of this right now. Um, and they've been the engine for global growth for the past 20 years, more than 20 years. And they're in full blown Japanification now, which has lost decades of growth. And just be cautious of what you read as far as Chinese statistics, because it is completely painted onto the tape. Um, it just is. The numbers are what Xi says they're going to be. It has no reality. They may be directionally correct, but just to maintain some kind of semblance that they're in touch with reality, but that's it. So unless these aliens that I keep hearing about on Twitter are here to do some serious trade with us, there's no way to replace China. Now, U.S. consumers are not feeling good about things, and I have a chart up here for that. And what you'll see is that, and if you go through the post, which is at Tarot FSO, that's Tarot Frank Sam Oliver .substack.com, you'll get it. What you'll see is that let's see if I can make this smaller. The This white line is consumer confidence. This goes back to 1985. And you'll see the last time that consumer confidence fell off a cliff when the S&P 500 was at a high, a multi-year high, was in 2007. And that presaged the global financial crisis, and the S&P 500 went down 50%. I'm sure everybody remembers that. Well, guess what you have here? Consumer confidence is collapsing again, and it is a collapse. It printed at 72.90, and it had printed at 82 change last month. It's a huge fall off, and you can see that here. And you can see the S&P 500 is at a multi-year all-time high. So in the past, that has not been good. I think it's not going to be good this time. Now, why is morale so bad? Well, I think you've got Elon Musk tripping the light, fantastic, basically dancing on the graves of career government employees. And I find that, and I think a lot of people find that to be ghoulish, where you've got the world's richest man gleefully firing Sue from accounting, who makes 70 grand a year, and after demanding that she go through this demeaning process of emailing all the things she did last week. you know You might have thought the deep state was like a bunch of guys in a medieval castle wearing black silk shirts, as in the high table guys in John Wick movies. No, turns out that it's middle-aged people driving minivans, running up credit card debt, trying to pay for their kids' braces, which is, of course, to say these people are not the deep state. They're just regular people working for their country, putting in an honest day's work. So this is kind of obscenity that the country has really never seen. We've seen plenty of others, but not this, and I think it's wearing on people. No matter who you voted for, it's not political. It's just an obscenity. So let's go back to Walmart. 5 days ago, when I wrote that post about Walmart and Amazon both selling off at the same time, and that being a bad indicator, the thinking was, hey, they're both massive retailers, respectively. Walmart is the 10th biggest company in the US, Amazon is the fourth. If these guys are both hurting, then that's not a good indicator because they touch every consumer in the country, without a doubt. There might be somebody out there in West Virginia that doesn't go to Walmart and or Amazon, but I doubt it. So I did some more thinking about it. And one of the interesting phenomenons, if you go back in history, is that during a growth slowdown slash recession, Walmart stock has historically gone up. So that's because when money gets tight, people skip Target and they go straight for those everyday low prices at Walmart. So I thought maybe a better indicator would be the ratio of Walmart to Amazon in stock prices, which is just the price of Walmart divided by the price of Amazon. Turns out that was actually very much correct and very interesting. So here's what we get. This chart, this white line, is the ratio of Walmart divided by Amazon. And then you'll see it's maybe a little hard to see. There's these red bars which show the last three recessions. Well, what's interesting is that leading up to and then going through these recessions, Walmart outperforms Amazon. That's where the white line is going up. Uh, the the numerator is going higher while the denominator is going lower. That's generally what's happening here, which makes the number go up. So look at this. Back in the tech wreck, this started a couple of years before the tech wreck. As I mentioned in looking back at before the financial crisis, same thing. Walmart started to outperform Amazon. And then actually going in before COVID, Walmart outperforming Amazon. What do you got now? Walmart's outperforming Amazon. And it looks like it could go a lot higher. So that's a negative indicator. Um, and this is something that the market has sniffed out. So I am I'm bearish, and I've been raising cash. And I go through that in the full post. You have to be a subscriber to get that. So if you want to read that, um, how I've reallocated and what I've held and what I've sold, go to Tarot FSO. That's TAROTFSO.substack.com, and you can subscribe there. Thank you.